What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back in the room, the soundproof homeroom, that is. We appreciate y'all coming up through here once again. We've been on a little hiatus, but y'all know what we do. Take a little break, a little mental break, a little physical break, a little life break. Do what we gotta do, but we always gonna come back. And y'all know when we come back, the shows be crazy. But anyway, we're gonna keep this stuff going. We're gonna get this thing rolling. How you feeling, AT?
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though?
Okay.
We've been gone for a minute, like you said. Let's just get right into it. I hope everybody having a good day. Let's get right into it.
Yes, indeed. We got a lot to go over. First, I'll start off, and I'm gonna keep the news a little kind of quaint today because I got a lot of other things I want to jump into. We can wrap a little taste on it, but let's go and get to the news real quick. All right, one of the first things, main things I want to talk about was a couple weeks ago, this cabinet that we got in office, they started removing exhibits out of the Black History Month museum in DC, um, because they have this whole attack on diversity, equity, and inclusion. They removed like 32 artifacts out of the Black History Museum. One of them was Harriet Tubman's hymn book, one of her hymn books, and it just to me is a direct notion to see what this cabinet is really trying to do. Because I don't see any reason why you would want to go in and try to remove history, and it's specifically our history, Black and Brown history. What are your thoughts on that?
If people gonna do what they want to do, they got 4 years, man. I'm not surprised about nothing that happens.
And do you think it's going to affect how um, history and education is going to be addressed as far as
History and
where?
education been affected for so long, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time they done stopped history
Mm,
from being on display or being heard. So I
mm,
mean, one thing I had to learn a long time ago, my history is something that I got to put the effort in to know, to find out about it. So I
mm,
advise everybody to do the same with your children. You know what I'm saying? If you expecting the board of education, I'm gonna put it like that,
yeah.
to educate your children of any ethnicity about what they might have contributed to this land we live on, then you the fool.
Mm,
So I mean, do your work for your history. So
mm,
I'm not even, that stuff don't even it don't even bother me no more. I guess I'm just to the point, it don't even bother me no more.
yeah.
Man, like they gonna do what they gonna do, man. They got 4 years.
Yeah. It bothers me. It bothers me because, like you said, a lot of people, I don't think a lot of us actually take the time to learn outside of the board of education and for us to not only learn it, but to spread it.
Well,
And so when you have things like that to where some people, they learn better with hands on and seeing pictures and movies and things like that. I will say I'm tired of the slavery movies,
yeah.
but you have people, it's easier for them to digest stuff when they have something in front of them versus handing them a book. A lot of people don't like to read no more. So for me, it bothers me because it takes away that easy access that's allotted for us to go into it. But still, you have to make
Gotta make the effort.
the effort to go
You
and
know what I'm
do it
saying?
anyway.
Museum in DC is there.
Hmm.
You know, take a trip. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take it this year. You don't take it right away. Just, plan to take a trip to see some of the things of our history that you wanted to see.
Hmm.
Like it's a will, it's a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Okay. This one here, this is something that happened locally, and it's going to kind of transfer into another situation that probably y'all know of heard about. There was this Indian guy that he went into Walmart and he was asking this. It was a white lady in a wheelchair, well, one of them little electric carts or whatever, asking her for help to find some pills or something. And as he walked up, her kid, like a 3 or 4 year old kid, was trying to climb up on the cart So when he walked over, he grabbed the kid and kind of helped the kid get down, you know, so he wouldn't fall or whatever. So she ended up giving the guy the directions. He walks off. He goes to get his stuff. Comes back to the lady, said, "Thank you, boom, boom." They showed him, walk out. Next thing you know, she called the police and said he tried to abduct her child. Right? So they locked him up. He was in jail for about a month until Walmart put out the video where it literally showed where he went and spoke to the lady. She pointed him in our direction, showed how he kind of handled the kid so he wouldn't fall.
Yeah.
Walked off, came, thanked the lady, saw the dude walk out the store, spoke to the, you know, the greeters when they leave, and out of there. Had him locked up for a month. A whole month. I think he just got out like a week or two ago. And this is where I feel like the law fails us. When people do stuff like that, when you lie to the point to where you get somebody locked up and you affect their whole livelihood, and he looked like he was probably like in his 50s, mid 50s. That person that lied need to be prosecuted by the state.
If he was locked up a month, my question is, what took so long to get the video?
Well, the video, they had the video in about a week.
It took a week to get the video.
Took a week to get the video, and then the court process took another 3 to 4 weeks to let this man out of jail. What is the problem with this freaking system?
That's took a week to get the video. I don't know, man. I'm weird. That's weird to me, because if you in Walmart and you steal something, they can pull that video right then.
Immediately.
They'll pull you in the back and be like, "That ain't you." So I mean, that whole thing seemed a little weird to me. What should happen to her at this point? Yeah, she should. I don't know if you're gonna put her in jail. She should get fined heavily, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you'd be able to put her in jail. What do you put her in jail for? But it should be a stiff fine, and it should be told that what the fine is to everybody, so things like this won't happen. I feel the same way about when, you know, people get accused of rape and they come to find out that nobody get raped. Like you change somebody's life,
right,
with that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think she should get some kind of fine, very stiff fine. You know, change her life like she changed his.
Right. Another incident that happened like that here in Atlanta. I didn't know the rapper. His name was Lil Scooter or something.
Stop touching these people's kids too. They fall. What they parents?
Yeah, because this is a perfect example
I'm
of that.
just saying.
You can't be nice to people now.
I'm gonna tell somebody, hey, this kid about to fall over here. Why you ain't touching him?
Right.
You know why?
Yeah, exactly. It was another situation like that. They actually went and locked this lady up. I don't know what her charges are, but rapper, his name was Lil Scooter or something, and he was having a party in his apartment, and the girl called the police and said that some girl was getting beat or something like that. Yeah. So when the police came, and he was like, "Hey man, we just having a little get together, you know, ain't nothing like that." And they forcefully went in. So of course he probably had some paraphernalia or whatever because there was partying. He took off running, and the cops ended up killing him in the process. And so that's when they went back and they, you know, saw that the girl called and lied just to get him, you know, get the police over there to try to come down on him. But she lied about the whole thing. But anyway, they went and locked her up after everything was said.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man
they
lost his
locked her
life.
up. Right. So those cases, I think the state need to be more stringent.
Only
on the
problem
people.
with that is the lady in Walmart wasn't black, right?
Right. Exactly.
And they locked this young lady up real fast.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I guess justice is just, you know,
they say it's blind. That's what they say.
time is
They say they was blind, but
based on other things, I guess. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the parallel that I wanted to go with that is now the case you heard about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. And from my understanding, I didn't follow it too much. I don't really follow people's personal lives, these celebrities, and so I really don't care. But come to find out that they said even during the initial trial, he didn't have any gun residue or anything on him when they went to court. But they just pushed it to make it look like he shot her. And now they have evidence saying that he wasn't the one that shot her. and now he's in jail. He done got stabbed up in jail and
Yeah.
everything. You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
laughing at the fact he got stabbed, but like what you said.
You know what I mean? And he done got jigged in jail, and her responses are kind of passive, like, "Hey, I'm just tired of hearing about this. Y'all keep bringing this up," and it's like, well, they got evidence saying that your folks did this.
I don't know, man.
You was like, I don't know what to say.
I have nothing on that, man. I don't follow that at all, man. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, man. So
Yo, I don't know nothing about that. I'm looking at you like, really?
yeah, man, they really all of that went down, and I'm just like, dang, and it's been on the hush. Like, I mean, not on the hush, but it ain't been like front page.
Yeah.
But for me, when somebody locked up and they didn't do what they did, and then to find out in the initial case
Yeah.
that they didn't have any evidence against this guy,
Yeah.
I was like, come on, man, what kind of world we living in right now? It's ridiculous. And you would think that, you know, celebrities are gonna be, I guess if you're a bigger celebrity than the other, you get to throw your weight around a little bit.
I guess. I don't, like I said, I don't know.
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, that's how that went down.
I had nothing.
That's crazy, man. But anyway, we're gonna move on a little bit. I hate to do this. I remember last time we spoke about your boy Anton Daniels.
Shout out to Anton.
Okay, if I ain't even gonna push the buttons because I don't feel the same about this guy.
Shout out to Anton. You know what I'm saying?
Because last week or a week before, Kevin Gates was on a podcast and he spoke about he don't like niggas. That's literally what he said. I don't like being around niggas. I don't screw them. I don't like being around folks like that. And even the people, the podcasters there, it was a black podcast. They kind of just laughed it off and this and that. And I can respect your ideas and things of that nature. But he was and he spoke about it prior when he came out against BLM and how he don't care about the movement and all that stuff. To me, it just kind of showed again how he is about himself and whatever it is. And that's fine. I'm not going to knock you for that. But when you come out and you speak against black people in totality, I have an issue with it. And that's why I brought up Anton Daniels, because I didn't know that he did the same thing.
Shout out to Anton.
I'm not going to do it. Not going to do
Shout out to Anton.
But he came out and spoke about, no, he said black folks shouldn't get reparations. And he said, I'm going to be on the board of being against reparations, because he was like, I don't want them giving, if you can't get out there and work and get it yourself, then you don't deserve to get any kind of handouts. And people are, reparations aren't handouts, first off. But he was very adamant about, like, nah, up them. And literally he was like, up them niggas. I don't want to get them nothing. When they come up with the board, I'm going to be on the board. No reparations. If you can't get out there and get it yourself, then you don't deserve it. What are your thoughts?
Shout out to Anton.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, he ain't the first black man I ever heard say that. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Joe Budden one day, and Ish feels the same way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There's probably a lot of black people that feel that way. Am I one? No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and act like everything that, is for the black, I'm for. I'm not gonna sit there and do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to that. Do I feel like reparations should happen? Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? Who should get it? The people that's been affected by it. You know what I'm saying? All of us ain't come from that. So,
Right.
Gotta be careful with that. A lot of things I see on social media these days, man, I look at it to get this going, a conversation going.
Mhm.
Does he really feel that way? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He said it. I hope he meant it, because he said it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he found out that he won't benefit from it. So he like, nah, I want them to get nothing. Like, it's so much to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So he might have, did his ancestry and feel like, dang,
I ain't part of that.
I ain't part of that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know, man. That's what he said. As far as, the first part, I don't like being around niggas either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you got black people.
Right.
and you got niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
that's a
so,
different,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And
So I
I'm in
mean,
agreement with that.
I could say that too, but the content is what's, you know, I didn't see it, so
Yeah, the context. And he
the
was
content,
clearly
I don't know what he meant. I didn't hear it.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? He could feel it the same way I feel it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I don't know. But I think you're trying to, you know, get me to go at my boy, man. Shout out to Anton.
I'm not
You know-
doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
No,
doing
you know what I'm saying? He said a lot of things, man. A lot of things I'm like, all right, I hear you. And other things I'd be like, nah, I don't. But sometimes I do sit there and listen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I'm one of them people, like I said, you know how you and I and Flex would go back and forth with the minister, Louis Farrakhan. I'm gonna listen to all the great things that he say. He's gonna say some great things, and there's some things that I'm not gonna like. There is nobody you're gonna agree with 100%.
I hope not.
Absolutely, no one you shouldn't be able to agree with somebody 100%. But I guess when you hit on certain things, that's when I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
can't mess with you.
Like, you know, it all depends, man. With it. Like, I need to find out why. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want reparations. You feel like everybody should work. Okay, I hear you.
All right.
You know, makes sense. Ancestry might tell you the truth. You be like, oh no, I don't want them to get that.
And speaking of reparations, I think in Tulsa they have a black governor, or anyway, he started a reparations bill
Mhm.
that they're starting to put into action, but the two survivors won't be getting anything from it. Like, they didn't get any money from it.
Mhm.
It bothered me a little bit, but then when I started commenting on it, they were saying that the community kind of takes care of them already.
Oh,
Yeah, so they were saying, like, you know, I think one of them was like 109
oh yeah, we ain't got no shit.
and 100. Yeah, both of them 100,
Oh,
100 and
okay.
some years old. So yeah, so I was like, okay, I see what I'm saying. But he put something in place. I don't know how they broken it down just yet, but
They
they
ain't got,
got something in
they
motion.
ain't got families that could benefit from that money though.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I guess when they break it down into how they're gonna distribute it and where it's gonna go,
Mhm.
I definitely feel like as a survivor, they need to be having need to have something specific for them. But people were telling me that the community has already been doing that for them already. So
Has the community taking care of their families though? I can see it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with
that's
you.
just
on
like
that.
winning the lottery.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, moving on. Get on this before we jump on that. Sister Shauna Crespo, and again, congratulations on y'all's
To the crest
to the anniversary, the
Yeah,
14th anniversary.
I thought it was 17.
17.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm a
17.
little old, you know what I mean. So, shout out to them. Beautiful couple, beautiful people. But today in the group, if you're not part of the group, in the Facebook group, Soundproof Hunger Room, you need to get in there, okay? Because great conversation jump off in there. She posted today, is a relationship truly healthy if you two never argue?
I'm kind of toxic on that. So I like a good spat. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then end up in some good hard sex.
Now, why?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I like, you know, I don't know if I qualify. I mean, if you get along, you get along. Why do we have to prove it? Who are we proving this to?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we might just be cool. You know what I'm saying? You feel this way, I feel that way. We don't have to get in an argument because we disagree.
mm.
So I can say, yeah, a relationship should be great. It should be real. What's the word she used?
Can it be truly healthy if you never argue?
Yeah. Hell, some people get tired of arguing. Like, I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? As we get older and we mature, we learn better things. We learn more things.
Mhm.
Arguments shouldn't happen as much in our relationships. I think you argue when you still trying to figure out who you are and things like that and what you stand for. But as you get older, man, you kind of just want to sit there and listen to the birds. You know what I'm saying? Like, you interfering
Right.
in me listening to the birds, I might tell you, hey, you ain't got nothing to do. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, but I'm gonna say, yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with a relationship without argument. Is it a test to what y'all are? Yeah, I think it could be a test. You know what I'm saying? Because some people can argue and it could end the relationship.
Right.
So I mean, but some people could argue all day and ain't never leaving each other. So I mean, is that healthy?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say, yeah, man. You don't need to argue. I don't need to argue with you to know how I feel about you. We can have not one argument, and I can still be like, she can go tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
you know, so I don't know, man. Like I said, arguments with me need to end up in sex. Like if it look like it ain't gonna end up in sex, man, I don't need money. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
And then you only got like a 15-minute argument out of me. So after that, I'm like, hey, I said what I said. You said what you said. Obviously, it ain't about to get fixed. So it's just going towards sex. You want to watch a movie? What you want to do?
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Yeah, I ain't doing
Move
all
on.
that. Yeah, let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I'm gonna have to say no. I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I feel like having those arguments to me is a testament of how strong the relationship is. Not saying, and like you were saying, I agree with. If you arguing all the time, then yeah, y'all ain't supposed to be doing that. But I think it's essential to see how y'all deal with disagreements because they will happen, no matter what. At some point, they will happen. And if we go through this whole relationship thinking that we good, we a-okay, and then shit hit the fan, and we looking at each other like, man, I don't even like you for real. Like,
I don't think
where does
I don't think the argument has something to do with that though.
well, I think the conflict resolution skill on both parties has to be there in order for us to say that, okay, when we do hit a hurdle, we need to work through it. Or is one person going to be like, you know what, my defense mechanism is to go away?
Right, but why we got to argue to find out where we stand with each other?
But I would say because I think that in theory, when we talk about how we should handle a situation,
Mhm.
and when it goes into motion, do you actually do that?
Accountability though, and I don't think you need an argument to get accountability. Like you're one of the least argumentative people I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you still get where you need to be in whatever thing whatever situation you get into,
Right.
without even raising your voice at times. I got a homeboy I work with, Brother Miller, and I done heard him on the phone having conversations with his wife, with his children, and his tone never changes.
Mm-hmm.
Your words are what's being heard, not your tone. And usually arguments, somebody yelling. You know what I'm saying? That's what I consider argument.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And see, I'm not looking at it as
Yeah,
a yelling.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
spot.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on that level. Like if we argue,
I should say a disagreement then. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, of course you should disagree. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we like I said, I don't 100% agree with nobody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I might make it up just to make you think that he can feel another way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I might go with you all day and be like, nah, it's got to be something else. No, I mean, but is it reality to always agree with somebody?
And I know I can say it in relationships. Sometimes I am that person. Even if I don't agree with something, I just go with it because it's not going to affect me completely. But after a while, you can't do that.
Am I a go with it kind of person?
You can't.
I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think I'm I don't know if I can do that.
Mhm.
And it's probably a great thing that you can. I don't know if I have that in me to just let that go.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a discussion. Anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I ain't needle and threading it. You know what I'm saying? Needle in a haystack. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I am a person, if you say something and I don't agree with, I'm going to challenge it. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a understanding of where it is going.
Mm.
It's not a thing I'm trying to just argue with you. But if you say something I feel like is on the left side, hold on, what do you mean by that?
Mm.
But that's what men, anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So does that make us unhealthy? I don't think so.
No,
Just
I
two
don't think
people
so
with two
either.
different mind states.
I don't think. Would you think that would make you labeled as confrontational or a nagger?
Absolutely. I'm always
You
labeled
know?
as confrontational. So I'm okay at sitting in that bed. You know what I'm saying?
So within a relationship, if your woman said, you nag a lot, and it's like, nah, if I don't agree with what you're saying, I'm gonna speak on it every time.
Words matter in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could ever say I'm nagging and I'm be cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
You can, but you can't say you always got something to say.
Right. Okay.
And I'd be like, yeah, I do.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But you should be willing to understand that I'm listening to you enough to have something to say.
Okay.
Because if I ain't listening, you can say whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Mhm.
and then now all of a sudden he don't care.
Yeah.
So you either gonna have
And that's what I get.
you gonna have me challenging you,
That's what I get.
or you gonna
don't care.
have me not your heart not caring.
Right.
Which one you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I sit where we can be healthy, man, without. I don't know. She said, what word did she use? Did she say argue?
She used is a relationship truly healthy if you two never argue? She said,
See, it all
argue.
depends on how you label arguing. Because having a disagreement it's not an argument.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I think of argument,
Mm.
I think you can't be healthy without an argument.
Yeah. In the argument, I'll agree with that. And I took
Yeah.
argument as disagreement.
That's
You
what
know
I'm saying.
mean?
Like that word matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I give you that. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to touch on that. I thought that was a very important conversation to get out there on the table. And man, y'all get in there, and like I said in the group, we got a lot of good stuff going on in there. All right, we're gonna move on to this last subject that I think we probably gonna be on this one for a little bit. June is Men's Mental Health Month. I don't know when it started. How long has it been? Probably
Every month is men's mental health month to me.
and I
So
was
I
gonna
mean,
get to that.
I'm not. I'm not a calendar person.
yeah.
So I don't pay attention to most of that stuff.
And with that being said, I think because social media puts things and people put certain efforts into certain things just because now social media has created these months, these holidays, and this and that, and that's beautiful.
Like today is National Sex Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
I see,
So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know nothing about that.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to After Hours. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be having sex at with my job. That's what I be doing today.
Yeah.
No. But I think it brings the awareness. But when we talk about mental health, that needs to be an everyday thing. But the fact that this month is highlighted in people, and I've seen videos of guys coming out crying and talking about how they don't have nobody to talk to and things of that nature. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the whole flood of it because it's June
That's
mental
what I'm
health
saying.
month.
Like,
The whole flood of it, it's like, okay, it's a bit much because next month,
what
when this
happens
dude-
then? Like,
right.
should we not care?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all that calendar stuff, I don't.
Right. So some of the questions to me, and like I said, we'll just kind of go down this list and kind of we'll bounce off of each other on our ideas or whatever. What does that look like for you?
What's what look like?
Men's mental health.
I mean, it's a holiday is supposed to be a celebration. Let's break it down. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, if we going by a calendar, I don't know if it's a depressing holiday on a calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless you want to count Memorial Day and how you take Memorial Day. What's in your memory or whatever you're going through
Right.
for Memorial Day. But other than that, every other holiday is every calendar. It's a celebratory, right? So here we are with this one. Whenever it started, you can look that up. I don't know.
Well, they said the whole month. It's
Okay. So we
Yes,
celebrating men finding a way to talk to somebody
Mhm.
about the mental state. I applaud that. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to put it on the calendar for it to happen? No. So I'm offended by that because I am one that still goes to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it didn't start recently. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like you're bringing attention to my mental state, but are you doing it to celebrate that I'm in a mental space where I need to go see somebody, or you just
I think it's more
celebrate?
awareness because you got to look because you're speaking from a space of self-awareness.
That's what I'm
So you
saying.
know what you need.
Right.
But it's a lot of people out here that don't. And to be honest, years ago, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to talk to nobody.
Right.
I know what I'm doing.
But when you said that, did you look to see what month it was?
No.
That's it's all $1 for me, man. Like all that
Okay.
calendar stuff, it's all about $1 for me.
All right.
My awareness happens when I found out, when I came to realization that I needed help.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see, well, I can't wait to, June?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really subscribe to none of that.
Mm.
If you need help, get help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're struggling to get your thoughts out to somebody because you feel like you can't trust somebody, only thing I can tell you to do is you got in life, you're gonna have to trust. You're gonna have to open your mind up and your heart to somebody in some situation to get further on. So if that's what you're struggling with, understand that you're trying, but you're not trying hard enough to get the actual help you want.
Right.
So just keep trying, and I hope you get what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I say the same thing about pastors. You know, people say, why you don't go to church? I'm like, because the messenger. It's the messenger for me. Like, he could be 1,000% right, but what the image is painted for me, that's not it. So I don't go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I see a lot of people I feel need help. You know what I'm saying? But I also tell them, hey man, go talk to somebody. And a lot of them look at, you know, some of them open their eyes and be like, yo, I never heard, especially somebody like me say that. You know what I'm saying? But your business is not for everybody. So if we having a personal conversation, we having a personal conversation. But if we in a facility where it's everybody, I might not say nothing to you right there. I might pull you to the side and be like, yo, man, you can go see somebody about what you was talking about earlier. Like, you don't have to sit with that. You know, so I don't know, man. That's tough, man. I didn't wake up one day and was like, yo, I'm okay with going. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot in my life that I had to go to before I said, yo, before I hurt myself or somebody else, I need to go. You know what I'm saying? And it opened me up to who I am today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you knew me a week ago, I don't even like that person I was a week ago. If you knew me yesterday, I don't even want to be that guy no more. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. We supposed to get better every day. At least strive to it. So I mean, everybody just do what you need to do, I guess. I don't think you need a calendar to be aware that you have problems that you want to get off your chest.
I feel you. I'm a great guy, so I don't need no help. But I'm just I'm just playing. But I am one of them guys that I do talk to people, and like you said, when I speak to people, usually if I see a guy and I speak to him, guy or girl, and every day, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I'm good. And then one day they be like, such and such. I'm that guy that's gonna be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? I'm not just gonna be like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. No, I'm like, hey, what's up? What's happening? And like you said, some people just need that one person to just be like, damn, okay, let me this, and that. Like you said, depending on what it is, I'm gonna give you my thought process, but also I'm gonna be like, have you thought about going to therapy? You know, especially when stuff that's deeply rooted come from tradition or things within the family, you know, stuff like that. It's very beneficial to go and talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
But I'm never one of them people, especially like I see people on the regular, you speak, and sometimes that little change of words is them asking for help. And we just kind of in standard casual, hey man, what's up? I'm all right. All right, then I'm gonna holler at you. You know, keep it easy. Da, da, da. Whereas every other day they're on a higher level and you just don't even pay attention to it. Um, I think a lot of times, and so the question I'm saying from all of that is, why do you think men don't open up?
It's trust issue.
From society or
absolutely? Men we portrayed to be problem solvers, not problem havers. You know what I'm saying? We are portrayed to make things right, not have things wrong with us.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to, you know, kings and queens. Like, everybody brought everything to the king to get it solved. And since we, you know, portray ourselves as that, that's what it is. Even in households, like, at the end of the day, if there's a father in the house, a man in the house, he's there to solve the problems. So when we have problems, it kind of portrayed with society is that we're weak. And in all actuality, the weakest man is probably the strongest if he admits that he is having a problem. That makes him stronger right there. So I got my bag a little bit right there. I'm talking about like hash brown. You know, I ain't all the way in, but I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like a hash brown, dog. Y'all can have that one. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but that's the realest thing, man. Like, what we portrayed as being weak actually make us stronger, because if
Mhm.
we can deal with it,
Mhm.
get to the bottom of it and move on, that's what made us strong. Not the guy that sit there and take it all in, and then you getting older every day because you don't want to let it out.
Yeah.
That ain't doing nothing but killing
Yeah. Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And like you said, society put that on us. And I know for me, it took to where when I was affecting the people around me and they could see something was wrong with me, I had to be vulnerable enough to go and seek help from not my circle,
Yeah,
but
you
from
need to go to some
somebody that didn't
professional.
know
Yeah,
me.
yeah, absolutely. So you need professional help.
Yeah, and it was so
Like
so beneficial,
if
and it
they,
was, you know what I mean, it was
yeah,
able I was able to look at myself outside of the people that know me
yeah,
based off of what I gave
people that know
the
you care about you
therapist.
too much to really, in certain instances, to tell you the truth.
Mhm.
They care about you too much.
Yeah.
They know it, and we're all selfish in that manner because we might not tell somebody the truth because it's a chance that it could ruin our relationship.
Mm.
So we are selfish in that manner where we be like, I'm gonna say it this way instead of the way it need to be said. You know what I'm saying? Go see somebody who be like, you paying me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut in a professional manner,
Mhm.
and it's up to you what you do with the information. You know what I'm saying?
And make sure you're completely transparent with
But
nobody.
that's the thing that a lot of, especially us as men, like some of us don't know how to be that open, man. Like
Mm.
we've never had the opportunity to do it. So to ask somebody, man, just tell me everything. That's asking a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it.
Mm.
I do get it, and I think I do have an understanding of why some men they feel like they not comfortable telling a stranger, their personal inner, dark secrets, whatever, because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, we always feel like somebody judging us,
Right.
just as men.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely when you go in that room and have that conversation, first thing you got to get out the way is that somebody's judging you.
Mm.
You got to get to the mind state of, I hope you are judging me so you can help me. That's
Mhm.
why I'm here. Because if
Right.
you're not going to judge me, I'm in the wrong place.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you might say it in a way where I might not feel I'm being judged, but I'm giving you this information to help me. So you got to judge it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Call it out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Go get some help. The first thing I ask brothers, I don't say go get counseling. I say, how do you feel about therapy?
Mm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
a whole nother
that's
conversation.
how it should start. It shouldn't start with, man, go get therapy.
Mhm.
They done heard that before. But how do you feel about therapy? Let's start there
Mhm.
and see why you're not going or why you should go. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Let's get you comfortable enough to, and I ain't saying like to schmooze you, but let's get you comfortable enough to where you might feel like it's okay to go. Because if somebody tell you, I don't feel I should go because of this, and they have a reason behind it, 9 times out of 10 about something they done heard. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
And not what
they,
they experience.
yeah, and that's somebody's personal experience. Like I could tell you all day that therapy helped me, but then you might look at me like, well, if it helped you, and I think you something else, I ain't going because you know what I'm saying. Like it's all about how you look at it. You know what I mean? I got in a situation mm, about 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago. And me and one of my good brothers, man, we had started off with a healthy conversation and it went left. You know what I'm saying? And I think therapy helped me in that moment because even though I did take it to another level as far as verbally, I was still in the same mind state of this is my brother. And back in the days, I know I wasn't there. I know I wasn't able to separate the two. You become an enemy at that point. You know what I'm saying? Or in that moment, you become something that I feel like I have to defend myself against. And with me, it was usually a physical act. You know what I'm saying? But we had a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? I got up and I left the situation. I just got up and left. You know what I'm saying? And about time I got home, I wasn't over it, but I was okay. You know what I'm saying? Usually I would let stuff fester. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes make up shit just to, keep the anger going. You know what I'm saying? But through me going to get counseling and things like that, I learned that ain't the way. You know what I'm saying? And that Granted, that moment happened. That don't mean the next moment can't be a healthy conversation with that same brother. Because that happened on a Friday. By Sunday, we was laughing.
Yeah.
But we did have a conversation as two men. You know what I'm saying? And once we voiced what we felt, we moved on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that, man. It's everybody ain't out to get you. You know what I'm saying? We got a different of opinion in a lot of things, and we have to learn how to open up first to say it, and then learn how to articulate it.
Yeah, that's heavy. I've had a few situations like that, and I'll be honest, it was with family members.
Yeah.
You know, and people always, oh, well, you gotta always do this for your family, and you do this and you do that. It's based on how you can't control what people are gonna say to you or what people are gonna do to you.
Right.
You can only control how you respond.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to a space to where you can't have that drag out argument with saying, we talking about an argument now.
Right.
Not disagreeing, an argument.
Right.
But you know you love this person, like you were saying, to an extent that I'm not finna let this argument.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
An
argument shouldn't separate.
Right.
Unless we arguing about something that's like something that should have separated us. You know what I'm saying? Like if we fighting for a relationship or whatever kind.
Yeah, or a difference in
we have a different opinion about something. That's
come on.
For
move on.
An argument for a relationship to end off that, I question the whole relationship.
Yeah, you need to look at yourself.
So
yeah. But yeah, those things stuff like that. And honestly, when those happen with the friends or family or whoever it is, and I know that we can come back afterwards and still move forward and not just trying to brush it off to the side, but be like, hey, bro, yeah, we did that. That was that.
Yeah.
You know, but we're going to move on, and this is what we got to do. That's going to, to me, build a even more stronger bond with this individual based off of knowing that I can be completely honest with you and you not take it personal. Now, we may react at that time how we going to react, but you're not going to take it personal to where I ain't messing with him no more or I ain't talking to him no more, you know, because at that point, if you do me that, and I will say one of my faults is I will match your energy. You know what I'm saying? So if the next time I know I have to talk to you, I need to talk to you, and you come around and you real shady, I'm going to speak. But then if you real cold shoulders, I'm not going to be running behind you trying to make you speak to me. You know what I mean? And so I will say that's something that I'm working on to initiate being the bigger person, I should say.
Yeah, one thing about me that I had to get actually past that, what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be me regardless. You know what I'm saying? If me and somebody have an argument where I feel it don't mean that much to me, I'm just really in a moment, I'm not going to even change how I am towards you the following day. Unless, you know what I'm saying, unless I feel I'm really offended by something. But that's the whole different thing. But if it's just something that we just agree with, tomorrow I'm going to be the same person, man.
Right.
Because I can't, I'm just like you. I am definitely a matching energy kind of person, but I'm still a person that the care level for me is so. Like if I'm arguing with somebody these days, man, it's really about some nonsense. So the care level for me in the situation gonna determine everything. Like especially like you said, the bond. Like I don't think I get closer to people from arguing with them. I think I get closer to people when I get an understanding of how the person is. You know what I'm saying? That way I tend to stay out of pockets that I know that it upset them. You know what I'm saying? The way I talk to you and the way I talk to Crespo, it might be two separate ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Flex, whatever, my brother. I talk to people in the pocket where I know they're comfortable in.
Right.
Now, if it ever get out of pocket, it's 9 times out of 10, it's some nonsense, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't out here trying to hurt nobody. You know, I was just talking to people at work about this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, for me to actually go into a situation where I feel like a physical act can occur, the level of disrespect I gotta feel I'm at has gotta be tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like, cause whatever we arguing about, if it ain't about no money, you know, and money, it depends on how much it is. You know what I'm saying?
All my people.
If it ain't nothing that's you challenging my principles, my morals, my character, my integrity, like I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? You got it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. If you feel you beat me that day verbally, I hope you sleep well.
Fine.
Because 9 times out of 10, I don't care.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
just don't, man. Like, I ain't got no room for it. I'm closing up on 50, man.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to do is get in a physical altercation with anybody. I just want to get some sleep, man. I'm getting into that Crespo way of life. Give me a nap in. You know what I'm saying?
Nap King.
You know what I'm saying? But I think I don't know, man. People just chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Figure out a way to articulate. If you feel like walking away is the best thing you need to do, though, I am one that believes if a situation occurs, before you put yourself in a situation where it's gonna cost you more than that victory in a physical act, just walk away. Because you can get out here and get in some things and be like, dang, I'd have just walked away.
Yeah.
So
As you in the paddy wagon heading down yonder.
So yeah, just walk away.
Yeah. This kind of like the last little thing I want to touch on with the men's mental health. How have your friendships changed? I would say within the last 20 years.
I lost one, and everybody else still there. I don't have many friends, so I'm not a person that feel like I should be liked by everybody.
Right.
So I don't have many friends. I lost one. My longest standing friend, actually, I lost one. I lost that one. Everybody else still around.
Do you feel like you handle those, or you go into those? Well, you've been in those relationships, but do you think you handle them completely different than what you did, say, 20 years ago?
The way I love my brothers today is probably the same way I've been loving them for 20 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be the matter of fact, you are like you
the newest.
Yeah, but I still have known you. I've been here 15 years, probably 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is people I've known since I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, my boy just called me the other day and was like, dog, I just called to tell you I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
was that post with that phone?
Nah. But that's something that me and my close friends, we do. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never looked at weird enough. If a man call and tell me good night, I'm hanging up. They already know that. Yeah, all right, man. Have a good night, brother. Don't call me no more. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not a person that I don't take on people like that. Like, we might be cool out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's it.
Have you had to kind of navigate differently based off of the way that this person, because I know me, some people I grew up with, some people I came up around, in today's life, we've taken different paths, and I can't be the person I've fallen out with people because I couldn't be the person you wanted me to be that I was back then. I'm no longer that person.
I think my friends respect me enough to not put me in a situation where it could cost me. I think we all carry ourselves in that light, so I don't never question my homeboys, and I call them my brothers when I'm around them. I don't never question if he got something under the seat. I don't never question that because I think they respect me enough to be like, yo, he ain't got nothing to do with this, so let's not put him in that situation. And that's how I handle actually all my homeboys when we go out, things like that. I kind of maintain a cool to where I'm even mostly kind of quiet because I don't ever want to be in a situation that puts y'all in another situation. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all love for me might have y'all, you know, stand behind me and whatever, wrong or right at the time, and it could cost y'all.
Right.
So I think my brothers, my friends, so called, if we want to use, I think that's a slight to them by calling them my friends. That's why I said that. Like I said, we've been around each other since we was kids. So I mean, it ain't. I think having them, I feel like I don't need no more friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost one, and we were young adults at the time. We just wasn't, level of maturity wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And it was a thing of one of us felt like it was cool to go through it and then rewind back to the friendship. Another one didn't. And, you know, on that level, you know, it was what it was. we both dealt with it the way we had to, and we moved on.
Yeah. I like I said, I've had relationships that I had to sever based off of them wanting me to be who I was to them back then.
I ain't got none of
You
that.
know, and I can do it, and it's just like, nah, I ain't that guy no more.
Yeah,
You know, and I think a lot of times people tend to, I'll say men tend to go off of this loyalty thing, regardless to where. And I think that differs when you start having a family and kids and all of that stuff. You prioritize that. You should prioritize that first over if it's somebody that's not, like you said, putting you in a space that to respect what you got going on for the sake of, oh, I thought you was my boy. Like we gotta go do this, we gotta go do that. You know, just help me do this, help me do that. And I'm like, bro, don't you realize I got to take care of this and that? You know, I'm a 9 to 5. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Don't put me in no positions like, and don't ask me. So
right.
now I'm looking at you sideways that you asked me
Yeah,
to do something like that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know some, I know some fellas. You know what I'm saying? But none of them have ever called me on that no more.
Mm,
As we got older, they understood that life is different for all of us. Like as you mature,
mm,
your connection with your friends change. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? That don't mean y'all ain't friends.
Right.
Y'all might not talk as much. I don't think you should always talk to your friends every day anyway. That's weird to me.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I'm saying? But your connections change because who you are as a man change, and yes, like you said, the responsibility change. But I choose me first over any of that.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like if a friendship gets severed based on me choosing me, I made the decision. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make it for me. I made it for me.
right.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, I treat my friends genuinely, you know what I'm saying? With the utmost respect.
Mm,
And if that ain't enough for us to maintain our brotherhood over these 30 years, well, I'm looking in the camera right now because they still support my show.
yeah.
I'm coming to look for y'all if something happened be in this next 10, 20 years that we got left, because we ain't all we had for years. You know what I'm saying? And they know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta, put them out there like that because they know who they are. And we talk, we at least text. Well, shout out to my homeboy because he every time it's a show, he quoting. He hit me up, you know what I'm saying, about something I just said on the show or something you just said.
Right.
Shout out to him. But like I said, my friends, my homeboys, they hit me. You know what I'm saying? And we might send each other. Like I said, my homeboys, Snoop got this song out called What's Happening, right? And it's just him, letting his homeboys know that he ain't been around in a while, that the love's still there. He just ain't been around. Life been happening, all that. And I sent that to like 6 dudes that I really consider still, my close friends.
Mm,
And like we social media and all that, but we ain't seen each other.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just sent that to them just on that's how I was feeling. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, I got my partner. I mean, if it go down, y'all know who they is. You know what I'm saying? Because they coming. You know what I mean? But at this day and age, man, I don't never want it to go down, so they had to come. I want them to come visit me because they want to go to Magic City. I'm gonna drop them off because they know I ain't going there.
Right.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
drop them off downtown.
You know what
They
I'm
gonna
saying?
find a
I'm
way.
gonna save them 60 on parking. I'm gonna drop y'all off. You know what I'm saying? But they coming to visit to celebrate the fact that we've been brothers this long. We all got gray hair now. We all got kids. Some of us got grandkids. Some of us married. I've been married and divorced. Um, like we all been through life experiences. You know what I'm saying? And so we come together to celebrate that.
Mm,
Don't talk about when we was kids. You know what I'm saying? And talk about how it is to be this old and we still around each other. Like that's something I cherish, bro. When it come to my partners, man, they ain't got nothing to do with what they can do for me. You know what I'm saying? What they done for me this many years, man, is enough for me. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just want to end that whole conversation with men out there, mental health. It's not just a month, it's a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
It's something you need to do every day. Whatever it is, if you need to sit down to yourself sometimes, take that time for yourself, but don't use that as a escape route. Also, learn how to talk. it may be hard to be vulnerable, but allow that for yourself in order to grow. If you can open yourself up to somebody that you can trust, and like you said, like you were saying, how do you feel about therapy? If that's something you've never entertained, look into doing a little research and trying to see if that's something that you could do to help yourself out. But definitely don't feel like there's no one out here to help you. Don't feel like there's no one you can talk to. Get out there and work on yourself. Eat healthy, exercise. As much as you don't think that stuff helps, it really helps your mental state and just the way that you move, the way that you feel. All of that is a collaborative effort for your mental health and all of those things. You got something?
Yeah, man. Ray Daniel said something that he might have a point. He said that Bow Wow
I saw this.
was a bigger superstar than Jay-Z
in their prime.
Mm-hmm. And that kind of stuck with me for a minute. I was like, then I said, wait, well, Fast and Furious, Mr. 106.
Was the little
I mean, he had
basketball movie.
Yeah, little basketball movies. I'm gonna say this. That's how I feel about that. And coming from somebody that when Bow Wow was at the top of his thing and all that, I was outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't watch a lot of 106 in Park unless I caught a rerun or something like that. I was outside. Since 96, Jay-Z been who Jay-Z is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to define superstar.
Like, yeah, I mean, is his life? Do Bow Wow get disrespected a lot? I think he does, because a lot of us got older and we still looking at like Bow Wow as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's a grown man now. He has grown man feelings and thoughts. So he might smoke weed. I don't know. He might drink. But you always we have this issue with putting people in this box on where we knew them, and that's where we leave them. And Bow Wow got to be what, 30 now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? 30. So that's tough. You know what I'm saying? We know it's not even based on the music. He might have a point though. I will say that. Like, and that's something else I had too. And this question for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the tambourine?
What?
Like, remember when you used to go to church, bro?
Yeah.
And sister Florenstein would hit that tambourine on that hip. She'd be showing off when she hit it on that hip. Then she'd bring it up to the top, and then she'd take it back to that hip.
Oh, brother, right.
I ain't never seen a brother play the tambourine, brother. I don't know.
I don't know what church you went to.
I ain't never seen a man over there shaking no tambourine. But what happened to the tambourine? Like,
I don't know. They did away with the tambourine.
They did away with it.
They did away with the tambourine, but I ain't been in nobody's church like that either.
Me either. That's what I'm asking. But
now it's the bass and
that's
the
what I'm saying.
I ain't the organs and that's it.
Like, have you ever
went away with the tambourine?
The tambourine is gone.
I hadn't seen them.
We go to a lot of shows, man, and I ain't like, especially R&B shows. I ain't seen nobody up there with that tambourine. Maybe Frankie Beverly in there, but nope, I ain't even seen no tambourine.
What about with the when Killer Mike was doing the church gospel thing?
Yeah.
Did they have that?
I ain't never heard no. I ain't heard none of that. You know what I'm saying? Where's the ladies out there with the tambourine hitting it on that hip? I need this. I want to know if y'all, because them is our grandmothers.
Yeah.
So where's the 40-year-old lady now in church with the tambourine?
When the last time you heard somebody go in the choir rehearsal?
There you go. Well, you know what? I can't say that because our friend go. Toy go, but Toy on a whole different level. Yeah, that's a whole shit. She's a whole different level
with the lineman.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So other than her, I don't even know nobody really go to church. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I ain't saying they don't know what the Lord is. I ain't saying that before y'all get to tripping. But I don't even I ain't never heard, like, the last person I heard say they went to church was, I think it was Mish. That was like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? She was
and then a lot of people do it online.
But I'm talking about actually
getting
dressed, or come as you are. You know how y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my nephew go to church all the time. I can say that. Shout out to my nephew. He go to church quite often. I will say that. But he grew up, you know what I'm saying, with that.
Yeah.
But the tambourine, dog.
Gone, brother.
Like, where you learn how to play that?
At the church.
I mean, but what? I mean,
It's all rhythm. It's all rhythm.
And then that hip.
It's all rhythm.
You talking about
just
you done
like,
seen a
that's
man
like,
do it. I ain't never seen no man
come on,
with
now.
no
You got some
tambourine.
tambourine players now.
Yeah,
They,
it's a
they
tambourine.
They stay in Midtown right now. Okay.
All right, show over.
They stay in
We gonna
Midtown.
shut this down.
But-
Yo, y'all
but
enjoy
they
the
are-
rest of y'all day. I don't know where that man go. I didn't say it. I just want to be on. What
Hey,
camera we on?
I love
What
everybody.
cam-
I was just speaking
I
the
didn't-
truth.
I didn't say
I was
it.
speaking the truth.
I didn't say it. Hey man, PJ Boyd might feel some kind of way about what you just said,
What you
man.
mean?
What about my man name? The brother Robert Glasper.
Oh, Glasper.
Yeah, he might be. He
He probably got
probably play a tambourine, but he ain't probably no midtown guy.
Nah.
Shout out to the
everybody
brothers.
ain't.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that's what you said, brother.
I didn't say all of
I'm
them, but
just-
most dudes in the
You can't-
tambourine at the church.
Hey, these comments
At the
are
church.
made by Sean and his opinion only. Please do not attach me to any of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't said nothing.
Oh man, but man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep coming with it. Like I said, we may take a break here and there, but we gonna come back, and y'all know we come back. We gonna give y'all
Yo,
what we
and
got.
make sure my boy put up his thoughts for the day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all comment, like whatever. He putting in a lot of work, man. Make sure y'all appreciate the work he put in.
Appreciate that. I need more people that don't watch us that start subscribing from them, because it'd be crazy the comments and stuff I get on there. Y'all come on and subscribe to this. Anyway, man, we appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep doing what we doing, and y'all be easy and hold it in the row.
The tambourine.
Here you go.
I'm just saying. Yes, Pastor.
Uh,
Shake it.